Go ahead and start the game in 3, 2, and 1. And I didn't switch the nameplates, so I'm going to pause it and restart. Sorry.
Oh, they didn't change size, did they? Or yeah, I guess they did. Never mind. Every time I go back and like pause it again, it shows them buying the items again. So I've got like
Yeah, I have
8
that.
different Tom Kench stopwatches.
There we go. We fixed it, and then I'm going to get rid of chat so that you don't have to see how many stopwatches were purchased. Okay. Are you ready now again?
I am.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Welcome back to Summoner's Rift. This is game number 3 of the Gold Cap Finals. Spawning on the bottom side of the Rift, looking to close it out with a clean sweep, is Team Fusion. In the top lane, all right, let's swap this around to what I think it's going to be. In the top lane, it's going to be Dogmar playing Aatrox. In the jungle, Karasuda on Poppy. In mid lane, Uncle Jabronis on the Heimerdinger. And in the bottom lane, Hoey C and Boner James 97 on the Vladimir Thresh combo.
And looking for that reverse sweep on the red side. We've got Malzahardon's back on that Cho'Gath.
Oh
Didn't
no.
get that early lead.
Rich Kid walks into all 5 of them at level 1, and the first blood immediately goes over to Team Fusion.
Unlucky.
Unlucky.
We've got Efam on the Udyr in the jungle. We've got Aziriously lucky on the pick. I should have played into Heimerdinger yesterday. Xerath. We've got Rich Kid 88, who we just saw unfortunately stumble into the wrong bush. And we've got Constant Stutter in the bottom lane with that Tom Kench. And Rich Kid was on that Tristana. Yeah, we played against a Heimer yesterday. And then we didn't play around our own picks very well as a team.
Yeah, unlucky, unfortunately.
Unlucky.
We'll have to see if Lucky is a little bit more lucky this game. You've mentioned you wanted to play the Xerath into the Heimerdinger. Well, you wouldn't get the choice because it's actually Vladimir in the mid lane.
Also unlucky.
Yeah, the Heimer Thresh combo isn't one I've ever seen pulled out, I don't think.
It honestly doesn't sound horrible. It does sentence into the stun, into the turrets going bleep.
Yeah, for sure. And we saw Boner's proficiency on the Thresh last game, so should be exciting. On the other side, though, I like the answer of the Tom Kench from Constant Stutter. Hopefully, if Rich Kid gets into trouble, you can just eat him up, and you're just a tanky enough boy that it doesn't matter. I don't know if you're expecting the Heimer necessarily bot lane, but it's definitely a pick that can be played in the bottom lane. Are you worried a little bit about Team Fusion if the game goes late? They're not going to have that huge amount of mixed damage.
They're not going to have a huge amount of mixed damage. It depends sort of what build the Poppy is going to go. Aatrox, of course, being the AD with that electrocute again. They definitely don't have a problem killing towers, though. At least for a team with a couple of mages. Heimerdinger does a pretty decent job of just melting them down. Especially with his ult turret. I'm curious, actually, with this bottom lane, how Tom Kench interaction works with turrets. Is he able to, like, do his QW combo to a turret?
I don't actually know. That's actually a good question. Anybody in the chat, can you give it the extra long tonguing to pick up the turret and spit it out? We'll have to see if Constant Stutter goes for it. He doesn't have both abilities yet, I don't think. There's the hook that lands. It's going to take Rich Kid all the way into tower off of the rocket jump as it gets buffered. Boner James in trouble as the explosive shot is on him. Rich Kid pressing forward, but not able to get the couple of critical auto attacks that he needed. And so just a big trade. Only Boner James Flash is going to be the... I mixed up my words there, but the only summoner spell used is Boner James Flash.
Oh, so it's supposed to be like a Kindred jungle this
Oh,
game?
that's a good hook as well. Yeah, we've seen, or at least I've seen, and Karasuda has like a million mastery on Kindred. They played it earlier this season, I believe, with the...
Yeah, I think I saw that one as well. I might not have casted it, but I think I saw that.
So yeah, that would definitely be the jungler of choice for Karasuda, but instead forcing him onto the Poppy, maybe a later pick in their draft. Not sure how that went out, unfortunately. Wondersart says that you can pick up the turret, so because it's coded as a minion, which makes sense to me. I would think that you could do it until I'm proven otherwise. The Infernal Chain's just wrecking Malzahardon so far. He was already forced back to base, and now underneath his tower, he's forced to flash away from Karasuda's stun. The heroic charge not able to find its mark because of the flash, and Malzahardon's will be safe for the time being. Infernal Chain's now under tower, just going to pull him back in, and so much pressure being exerted right now from Dogmar.
The Lord and Savior of our OKLCS finals have finally showed up.
Scramble saved the entire event because he brought a router. Malzahardon's almost gets pulled in by the Infernal Chains. The third Darkened Blade Q not able to connect from Dogmar. Anyway, what are you looking to see out of Team Fusion's team comp? What do they do particularly well with these weird picks that they have?
It's sort of what I've been trying to figure out for 5 minutes now, honestly. I don't know. You keep bottom lane perma pushed, which does make it more difficult for Tristana to CS under tower.
Ooh, that's a good grenade from Uncle Jabronis. Forces the Devour out of constant stutter. Follow-up hook from Boner Jams just sails slightly wide. Rich Kid's doing a really good job CSing in this lane, by the way. He's at 50 to the 48 for Heimerdinger, despite being shoved in pretty much the entire game so far.
Unlucky kills the turret, and the E passive ruins both those minions.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about EFAM pulling out the Udyr here. I don't know if we're... We've been so focused on the Team Fusion team comp. Dude, where's my ELO pulling out the Udyr and the Tristana picks, which are ones that we haven't seen yet from them this season. Gates. That's a good invade though from Team Fusion. They'll go ahead and steal away the blue buff and help slow down the gatesing process from Udyr. This is interesting. I think both teams play side lanes particularly well, so I'm hoping that both of them will spread the game out just a little bit more, and we're going to see, I imagine, in a pretty extended laning phase from both sides. And later on, I am very curious to see how you isolate side lanes. Do you think that Udyr is good against Aatrox? Do you put Udyr maybe against like a solo Vladimir? Like, where do you see your advantage with the traditional team comp compared to the mage bottom lane?
I feel like you can make a case for Aatrox, but there's so many like ifs. It's like if you dodge or like if you get inside, you dodge the first couple of Qs and can be irritating, but eventually he'll just sustain and yoink you. I guess against the Vladimir, if he's able to like out DPS the heals, but that's provided you keep the Vlad in check early.
Dogmar and Malzahardon showing no abandon, and the World Ender comes out, but the Feast just a little bit too late. He does knock him into the healing passive. He won't get much health back. That's a good rupture. Can he follow it up? Infernal Chain slows him down. Darkened Blade coming in over the top will heal Dogmar back just a little bit. We'll force him to go back. Doesn't look like he's going to pick up the kill, though.
Dogmar had not based though, so he's sitting on about 2,000 gold if he's able to get this base off successfully.
Double Electron Grenade from Uncle Jabronis lands. He pops the ultimate. What is he going to upgrade? Nothing. Looks like he's going to just let it recharge. By the way, if you pop your ult and don't want to use it, just let it expire. It doesn't actually go on cooldown. I don't know why that's a thing. But now he's got the upgrade back running, and we'll do nothing with it. This is a rough lane. I don't envy anybody in a Heimerdinger lane. Poppy's here, lands the heroic charge, but didn't get the stun against the wall. Damage coming through as they get the knock up. Now Hoey trying to... Oh, the flash forward for the hammer shock from Karasuda. Arcano Pulse coming back from Aziriously Lucky. Tower dive from Hoey is going to be traded back, so it's a 1-for-1 in mid lane as Ephraim just kind of runs in. Hi, I'm a homeless man. I think that's only my own personal running joke, is that Udyr's actually just a homeless guy that showed up on Summoner's Rift, and he just thinks that he can do all these animal stances, but he can't actually. I'm pretty sure that's the lore if Riot ever released that. I didn't realize how annoying that sound was on the hats off emote. That's some quality BM from Dogmar. I might have to go and spec into the hats off emote. Good trade so far. You can see the particularly that passive from Dogmar, the extra auto damage, also reduces healing, and that really is hurting and chewing through the Cho'Gath health bar. But now the rocket jump forward, aggressive from Rich Kid. Electron Grenade going to slow up the pursuit as Uncle Jabronis and Boner Jams will get back out to safety.
If that was Boar Rider, that would have been him coming in all the way for a kill. Probably would have gotten in and gotten out too, I think. Because you could have committed flash auto ults with get the ults, or get an auto off on your ult. That should have been a kill, I think, for Rich Kid if he did it properly. Of course, you would be investing your flash.
Yeah, I don't know that it's worth investing a flash in a Heimerdinger lane. I think that it's just too valuable of a defensive tool to really let go for offensive purposes. At least right now. Maybe later on we'll see it. Big grenade or rocket coming over the top. There's a difference between a rocket and a grenade. Karasuda, oh, the W able to stop the rocket jump is the words that I'm trying to say. Ephraim now in top lane, goes ahead and lands the bear stun, but now the World Ender coming out from Dogmar, so he won't die from this. He's looking to try to turn this back around. Umbral dash forward. Lands the first of the Darkened Blade, but will go into his passive. Trying to decide if he wants to engage or run away. He'll get immediately knocked up into the bear stance. Doesn't get the stun, though. The flash forward, though, and the red smite plus the tiger stance will pick up the kill. Now Lucky's in trouble. We didn't see exactly how that developed, but Karasuda and Hoey will combine for the kill. So cross-map 1-for-1, and now Fusion going to start up the Air Dragon.
I think mid lane would just simply... Lucky was a little bit forward, and he had no sums. Excuse me, Poppy move speed with her W just allowed her to close in, and then Vlad has phase rush, also allowing him to get in.
Anyway, Team Fusion now out to a small gold lead. It's about 2,000. That's going to be the third Rift Herald of the series going over, so perfect Rift Herald control for Dude Where's My ELO. We'll have to see if they can use that to get back just a little advantage in this game, maybe a little bit stronger of a foothold. You imagine that the Dude Where's My ELO comp outscales the Team Fusion comp, so we do have that ticking time bomb, the Tristana and the Xerath both existing in this game. Jabronis sets down the turret as they're looking to lay siege and pick up that first tower.
It's a nice death sentence on a Rich Kid, but it's a Tom Kench.
And this has been tough. They haven't seen any love from the Udyr either. It's been Rich Kid and Constance that are just trying to lose as gracefully as possible in this lane.
Well, I don't know if the Udyr really wants to show love to that lane. It's kind of rough because you have to run into Heimerdinger turrets and just kind of get kited as Heimerdinger runs around them like an idiot.
Yeah, not necessarily saying that he should have gone down there, but just that he hasn't.
Yeah, it's a rough day. It's kind of there's the same thing that we had with our game yesterday.
Referencing games that other people haven't seen in 2018.
Yes. I don't know if I'm supposed to like spoil or not because it'll be streamed at a later date. Like what picks were run.
Well, you can spoil it. The results are out there, but like
that's true.
Our audience isn't going to know what you're talking about. Only me.
Anyway, we had a Trundle jungle. We had a Trundle jungle, and I had to play against that Heimerdinger mid, as I mentioned earlier during intros. Like, Trundle's just kind of... It was Trundle that game, right?
Yeah, it was Trundle every game.
It's like, you're just going to run into Heimerdinger turrets, and possibly die.
Dogmar and Malzahardon's really showing no love for each other as they're fighting again here in the top lane. The dive in to the World Ender for Dogmar means that he's not going to be able to really look to get aggressive, and he didn't get a whole lot of damage down while he had it pop, so he's not going to get a huge amount of health back. If you didn't know, that's how it works now. By the way, while you have World Ender, you have a certain amount of damage that helps fill your blood well in quotation marks. And the more you have in your blood well, the more health you come back with. Malzahardon's is in trouble. This is a good swap now from Team Fusion, and they're able to catch the Cho'Gath by surprise. The rockets for the kill from Uncle Jabronis. So you take Dragon, and you swap your bot lane top. That's really good macro from Team Fusion. Rich Kid and Constant Sutter are getting a little bit of a push in here on the bottom side of the map, but we'll have to see if they really want to commit to this. Dogmar wants the 1v3. He goes in. He doesn't have World Ender available. EFAM gets chunked pretty hard. They're still going to continue diving as Constant Sutter has the Thick Skin passive available, or the active available, excuse me. On the other side of the map, though, the 3-man squad for Team Fusion has already taken down the tower. So it's a tower for a tower, the one extra kill going over, but the tempo advantage right now definitely in favor of Team Fusion as they're running down that inner tower.
ELO does have Rift Herald in the bottom lane, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've deployed it yet, but up there we go.
There's the deploy, the right of the Arcane just to clear out the minion wave from Azirisi Lucky. Inner turret goes down, so now you think that tempo advantage swings back just a little bit in favor of Dude Where's My ELO. Not the gold advantage just yet, but we'll have to see if they can continue to make the play. Jabronis and Boner Jams are happy just to set up here in the top lane. I don't know if they know all of these members are still in their jungle. Abyssal Voyage into mid lane. ELO's trying to make the play. We're going to lose a lot of towers here. This is a crazy macro situation. Well, not crazy. Not like super crazy, like the old turrets lane swap days. EFAM now in trouble as he gets collapsed on by 3. He will go down, but they get the mid turret in exchange for his life. Uncle Jabronis in over the top, lands the grenade for the kill. Now Rich Kid just trying to do what he can as he rocket jumps forward. The explosive shot will take down Uncle Jabronis. Now the 3-man squad has collapsed from Team Fusion here in the mid lane, but they're not going to be able to pick up anything else.
That's really weird. I swore I heard old Aatrox's ult sound, or like when World
the hook from Boner Jams lands onto Malzahardon's as I'm going to yell over my partner. Karasuda picks it up with the hammer shock.
Yoink.
Infernal Chains pulls him back in. He wasn't quite able to get out of the range, and Karasuda picks up the double kill. He's going the lethality poppy, mad respect. Teleport in from Uncle I guess, I don't know who that is just yet. It is Uncle Jabronis as he comes in. I could have said that more confidently, but I didn't. Dogmar forced to flash away. He'll grab the lantern out to safety. So Jabronis invests the teleport just to try to continue a little bit of pressure here. EFAM's in a side lane by himself, has his Warrior Enchant plus his Tiamat. Is that the standard build on Udyr?
I don't. I'm not like super up to date with Udyr builds, but if you're going for like a Tiger stance like dot kill, then I guess.
I thought it was the Blood Razor.
The Tiger stance actually's got like pretty decent AD scaling. Like, I'm sure you can shred a lot of people with the Blood Razor, but Warrior's just a little bit overtuned compared to Blood Razor, even for Udyr. He naturally gets a decent amount of attack speed, and you can always pick up an attack speed item later if needed. Or
So,
if you do happen to pick up that Triforce, you get both the big Sheen Slap and the attack speed from Stinger.
EFAM gets caught just a little bit in top lane. Here comes the bouncing grenade back in. Malzahardon's is caught. They tried to start up the Baron because the members were collapsing in top lane, but it wasn't all of them. Now Hoey, that's a good buster shot back away. Rich Kid gets hooked over the wall, though, and the rocket from Uncle Jabronis will pick it up. Now another grenade follows through as they will take it down. EFAM steals Baron steals the Air Dragon away from Dogmar, but now Karasuda and Dogmar will kill EFAM off, and they'll stun Lucky against the wall as well. It's 4 members down for the Air Dragon. They saw the members top lane, so they started up the dragon. they had Cho'Gath Feast available, so they were pretty confident in it. But they get not immediately, but they get spotted by Team Fusion on the rotation, and they lose a bunch of members for it. Now they're going to lose that all-important mid lane turret. And against this team comp, that's access to your jungle. Especially with an Udyr, he's going to have a little bit more trouble getting that farm that he needs to get the huge spikes. 2 mid lane turrets even. That's a fast push. And they're going to ping out toward top lane. Where is the answer going to come from Dude, Where's My ELO? It seems like they're just one step behind right now on the macro calls.
They need to do some damage control, get to the point where they can scale on the Xerath interest.
Yeah, it looks like the inner tower is just going to go down for free. That's 5 turrets now in favor of Team Fusion. Well, 5 turrets to 3, I guess. I don't know exactly how to phrase that. You guys know what I mean.
It is a little rough though. Like the Poppy is extremely ahead, and Lethality Poppy is still kind of stupidly tanky. At least between like the raw health and then her W.
The Cinderhulk into the Duskblade on Poppy. I love it. Poppy almost feels like a champion right now, where you can just kind of build whatever items you want, and it kind of works out. There's another serrated Dirk. We're not just going Duskblade Poppy. We're committing to the lethality.
Honestly, that's kind of disgusting, giving her that extra move speed to collapse and like destroy Rich Kid or the immobile Xerath.
Yeah, Hoey's getting close to that big spike. Usually you see the Spellbinder paired with a different item, I believe. Right, it's not the Spellbinder and the Proto Belt, it's one or the other. You're more the Vlad player right now than I am.
I am. I'm just also out of the loop on the whole meta for like what he builds. You definitely Spellbinder or Proto first, not both.
Yeah, I didn't think you went both. I thought you went Spellbinder into like Ludens or Deathcap, and you just wanted to kill the enemy AD carry over and over again.
I'd imagine the Deathcap, you get a little bit more, well, you miss out on CDR, but the raw damage, especially once you pop the Spellbinder active, because your goal is to, as you said, just kind of like nuke someone.
And then the Proto Belt's more the utility build. You get it to wave clear. Yeah. It's a better lane. It's a better item mid than it is if you're playing the Vladimir bottom. Malzahardons is caught just a little bit. Takes a more than reasonable chunk of damage for his trouble as he's sitting there just a little bit below half health. He's got the Righteous Glory finished, but that's pretty much it. He's got the Righteous Glory and the Ninja Tabby sitting in the inventory, and he's been having a tough time up in that top lane. He's 70 CS behind. A lot of Baron vision has been contested, like, really recently. I don't know that either team has a super quick Baron take or even really wants Baron right now. But the fact that Fusion is able to pull Dude Where's My ELO out of their farming lanes, out of their scaling, and get them here to Baron and waste time really benefits them if they can get a push going somewhere else. I think they've righted that bottom wave, so that might be the big collapse point they're looking at. But right now, pushing in mid. Vladimir and Aatrox look like they've caught over the wall. That's a big bounce on the Electron Grenade from Uncle Jabronis. They're not going to be able to follow it up, but they've forced Lucky. They got his flash out, and they forced him back out through that red side jungle. And now the rest of the team trying to regroup. Efam is by himself in the bottom lane. He's going to try to gates it looks like. But can the 4-man squad from Dude Where's My ELO actually hold on to these inhibitor turrets? Or do you worry about the Baron now? What's the play here, Wing Nation?
I know you said they don't have the quickest of Barons. It looks like there's multiple. Oh no, there's just into Vlad back. Originally I saw Dogmar going back, and it didn't make sense to me because his teleport is on cooldown. You definitely still threaten the Baron. Heimerdinger does kind of delete the Baron on his own.
Yeah, Efam and Hoey, this is the matchup we were kind of talking about earlier. Flash forward from Efam, he's got the dot ticking on the Tiger stance, but the healing back from the Hemo Plague for Hoey C, plus the empowered Q, going to keep him safe for now is Efam. He looked like he had the advantage on the trade, but the couple of extra tower shots. We'll see if he can sustain back off of that jungle camp, and we might have a return to the 1v1 there in the bottom lane. The flash forward from Dogmar on the first Q, not able to find the knock-up off of the consume from Constant Stutter. We still have that isolated 1v1 in the bottom lane between Efam and Hoey C.
Infernal Drake spawning in 35 seconds.
Yeah, the Infernal Drake plus the Baron is again an objective that exists on the map, and it looks like Fusion is gravitating toward that right now. They're going to commit to that now. Uncle Jabronis pops the ultimate turret as they're trying to burn that down as quick as they can. Does Dude Where's My ELO suspect or no? Can they do anything about it if they can? Lucky should be in range for Right of the Arcane. He throws it over the top. Should see the health now is 3,000. Fusion stopping damage now, counting the shots. The last shot takes it down to 400 health, but Karasuda secures it with Smite. So the Baron goes over to Team Fusion, excuse me. EFAM soloing the Infernal Dragon, by the way. The gates have been opened. They're just the dragon gates rather than the base gates in this case.
He is sitting on 2,300, so probably expect to see a Triforce purchase, or maybe he's just a little shy.
Oh, he doesn't quite have the
He's
combined
just a little
cost.
shy.
Yeah.
Feels bad. He needs another 150.
Lucky's trying to get those items up. He's really behind, it looks like, in terms of... Oh, that's not the button I wanted. But he's about 2,000 gold behind, and you can really see that in the item. Jabronis gets caught by it. EFAM, the damage coming through. The Arcano Pulse secures it from a seriously Lucky.
Gates.
Gates. You got gotted. Anyway, you can see the 1.5 items right now completed for Seriously Lucky complete compared to the 3 from HoEC is just a gigantic difference between that Xerath and Vladimir right now. Dogmar's looking for a little bit more, but it looks like Rich Kid and Constant Stutter and Malzahardons have maybe be able to turn this. The Umbral dash at the last second forward. Now he's in that passive. The Rupture not quite perfectly timed there from Malzahardons. Abyssal Chain's going to slow him, or Infernal Chain slow him up. There's an Infernal Dragon and Infernal Chains now. That seems like poor planning. Dogmar trying to run away now. Rich Kid has Rocket Jump available, closes the gap, but does he actually want the fight? Infernal Chains is the Buster Shot, pulls him back. He will secure the kill, but now at what cost? As the 4-man squad from Fusion is here in the bottom lane. They have some Heimerdinger turrets here to help aid the siege with the Baron minions. Looks like this will be the... Well, no, it's not actually going down that fast.
Donger also has a blue pot.
Yeah, Donger with the blue pot and the ult turret now. Just chunking away at the turret. It looks like it will go down now. There's the inhibitor turret. Hoisi is still alive, but just barely as the Right of the Arcane almost took him down. Keeper's Verdict going to send Cho'Gath back to the base briefly. So they'll take the turret. That's a good siege. That's a successful outcome for Team Fusion. Again, the big narrative of this game is they're on the clock. You have the Tristana, almost completed 3 items now. You have the Xerath who spikes late. You have the Udyr who wants the 1 to 2 damage items. They're getting close to the major power spikes where you would think ELO can start really fighting back in this game, and Fusion have yet to take an inhibitor. They have the path now. But you worry. What gold lead, like, is there a number in your head that you think is safe for Team Fusion?
Maybe like 15k. 15k and another 10 minutes at the absolute max. Once you like, even if this game stalls out for another 10-15 minutes, you're gonna hit the 4 or 5 item spikes on Tristana, where she has a little bit of life still. Has probably actually, no, not quite. She needs another 500 gold or so for the Infinity Edge completion. But she'll have some magic resist. There's no natural tank, I guess, on the side of maybe not natural tank, but there's no one building straight tank on the side of Fusion. With Karasuda going for the more lethality Poppy build. Sure, she's beefy, but eventually when Trist hits her items, she will melt because of her build choice.
Hoey now has 100 stacks on that Spellbinder. If he can get in and do some damage to Lucky and Rich Kid, this could be just a disgusting fight.
I would be looking to try and nuke the Rich Kid more so. Lucky at least has his on, unless you one-shot lucky. He does have the Zanyas to save himself.
Yeah, Rich Kid has actually been isolated against Aatrox here for just a minute. EFAM is by himself now, looking for the gates on the inhibitor turret in the bottom lane. He's doing a good job really drawing attention to him. The hook over the wall from Boner Jams! They're not able to secure it, though. The immediate flashback away. EFAM has taken care of the turret already. Now he's just trying to push through onto HoEC. The isolated 1v1 against the Udyr, always a tough ask of pretty much any champion. He comes in, has the bear stance, tigering through. Hoey trying to run away, has the Tides of Blood available. It's not going to be the empowered Q, but he'll get back a little bit of health. And the Tiger Dot will take him down as he's in the pool. EFAM with the solo kill, and now he's pushing in on the inhibitor. Inhibitor going down for Dude Where's My ELO. The time being bought cannot be overstated for him, but Rich Kid wanders in to Uncle Jabronis. The Devour is good from Tom Kench, but will it save him? Poppy is on pursuit, has the lethality items maybe to try to make this interesting. Umbral dash in from Dogmar as he's trying to find a mark. The Abyssal Voyage does channel just in time. He'll get him out to safety, but will Rich Kid go down in the process? Slow up, stun misses from a Seriously Lucky, and Rich Kid is finally out to safety. EFAM is recalling, by the way. This is only a 4v4. But the inhibitor in favor of Dude Where's My ELO extends the game just a little bit longer.
Yep. Absolute deal breaker is going to be this Baron fight here in about a minute. Dragon is coming up, but it is just Cloud Drake once again. Cloud Drake number 3 for the game.
Lucky trying to take the blue buff. He takes it! Steals it away from the Aatrox. I don't know if he was even still on it, but
that does put Rite of the Arcane on a cooldown. It won't be quite available for Baron. It's just 69-second cooldown is what it actually is. No memes right now. So if he can stall for another 10-20 seconds and have Lucky position in the back, he might be able to chunk out Jabronis.
Rich Kid has that third item finished. Very importantly, has the Infinity Edge now. Will be a gigantic threat in these team fights. EFAM finished up the Trinity Force plus the Ravenous Hydra. Dragon goes down as Karasuda secures that in the background. Second Air Dragon going over to Team Fusion. Grenade over the wall. They found EFAM. If they can take care of him, there's now no smite available for Dude Where's My ELO. They pick up a little bit of chump change up in the top lane as Rich Kid takes the solo gold on the top lane turret. But now can they withstand the siege? It's 4v5 for another 35 seconds. Dogmar gets knocked up. A lot of damage coming through. You can see the Tristana damage starting to ramp up. Just the couple of autos he was able to get in there. He's just obliterating the minions. Grenade comes in, not able to stun up Constant Setter. Just slows him up and annoys him a bit. But the siege continued. Dogmar not looking particularly healthy. They're right at the Arcane over the top. We're not interested in what's happening over there, so apparently not going to get the kill. Hook doesn't quite connect there from Boner Jams, and again, we're kind of stalled out. There's a gigantic minion wave now on that bottom lane tower, or the top lane tower, the inner tower top. It's a fresh turret, so I don't think that's going to pick it up, but it's at least going to happen eventually, and it's going to force Dogmar to go back. They have 3 teleports available now on the side of Team Fusion if they want to make some sort of really bizarre cross-map play. What I would love to see, you send the other 2 people to Baron, and you send your 3 with teleport to the bottom lane. You look at the inhibitor, and you kind of pressure the Baron, and you just kind of rotate wherever you need to go. Could really get a tempo advantage, but they're going to go ahead and use one of the teleports as they get Jabronis in toward the Baron area. Again, this is a dangerous fight. Bouncing grenade not able to land as EFAM gets stunned up. Box is going to slow him down. He's in a lot of trouble. Buster shot out to safety, plus the Devour from Tom Kench going to save the life of EFAM. But now your smite really has to go back to base. Will Team Fusion try to burn this down here? 5 men all grouped up. They haven't committed anything yet. Uncle Jabronis doesn't have the upgrade available, so we're not going to see the big old turret coming through, but they have a lot of sustain. Arcano Pulse coming in over the top from Seriously Lucky is starting to hurt. Keeper's Verdict doesn't connect now from Karasuda. Malzahardons flashes over the wall but doesn't get the feast. Baron is secured by HoEC. That was a scary situation. The Devour over the wall, able to get Malzahardons out of there, so nobody goes down but the Baron over to Team Fusion.
Definitely a nice steal attempt there. Obviously having Feast is always a great spell. Uh, just a little bit unlucky with the timing there.
Yep.
That could have been anyone's.
Yeah, big shout out to Dogmar right now for the Flame Horizon in top lane, by the way. He's sitting almost on 3 items compared to the 2 for Malzahardons. So that sound again. Oh, Efam is taking a little tour of the enemy jungle right now as he flashes back through. He got chased out of bottom lane, I guess, and ran all the way through through mid. Now just taking care of some vision in the Baron pit as he heads toward top. Grenade bounces through. It does some damage, but nothing permanent again from Uncle Jabronis as the siege has begun here in the mid lane. We'll have to see if they can push through on this inhibitor. This would be a really important point. If they can get this tower for, a relative, with relatively few losses, I think they'll be in a good spot to continue closing out the game. But the game feels like it's on a knife's edge. It's a 10,000 gold lead, but again, because of the scaling, ELO is still well within their rights to win this game.
It'll come down to can Fusion basically pick Rich Kid even with the Tompkins trying to save him. Malzahardon's unfortunately only level 14 to Dogmar's level 17. Lucky also 15 compared to Hoey's 18.
The Zerat portal purchase from Boner Jams in the top lane at least pulls FM up there. And now this is a good split. Dogmar on the top lane. Hook lands on a Rich Kid, forces the Flash Rocket jump away. They've picked up 2 inhibitors now. Well, they will pick up 2 inhibitors in just a second. There it is. They're going to go ahead and knock him into the World Ender. Hoey has decided this is go time. He goes in. It's a huge amount of damage. Rich Kid is down. Now they're flashing forward as Malzahardons is pulled in. Double kill now for Hoey C, and they've gone 0 to 100 real quick. Hook lands on the fountain as they're pressuring through. The Nexus turrets are under siege. EFAM is nowhere to be found to help defend this as his Nexus turrets go down. Excuse me, Hook lands from Boner Jams, but he's really just buying space for his team to finish off the Nexus, as it will go down. The assignment there to go ahead and send Dogmar to the bottom lane and actually split your priorities enabled them to get both inhibitors at the same time, and the macro kind of crumbled as Rich Kid got hooked, and then Hoey saw his opportunity. He went in with the Spellbinder, he went in with the Proto Belt, and he deleted that 80 carry. So Team Fusion will win the championship. They'll take home the Gold Cap division with a 3-0 sweep, and honestly, they've looked, I don't want to say untouchable through the latter part of the season, but definitely deserving of the title. They'll take home they'll go home $300 richer today from SoPro, and they'll feel pretty confident going into the Midwest Invitational, which will be next week.
I'll be curious to see how they match up against ELO. Other ELO, by the way. Islo is who they'll be facing. Probably. We'll wait for the official announcement. But Islo did win the OKLCS Gold Capped. Maybe not necessarily the strongest of laners, but they do have an extremely good understanding of macro play.
Yeah. So I need a Game 3 MVP from you.
This is one I've been trying to stall, to be honest. That's why I mentioned it. I've been sitting here thinking Karasuda had a solid performance, a lot of early impact on the Poppy. Much lower kill game than we've previously seen. I feel like I want to give it to Jabronis though. I did get caught once or twice, but just the non-stop pushing power from Heimerdinger plus the damage. It just overall was super irritating and was just kind of Heimerdinger, to be honest. Allowed for multiple sieges to secure. This is probably the toughest one for me to call MVP. Definitely was stuck between Jabronis and Karasuda. Hoey Seed with almost a Flame Horizon there in the mid lane as well. Almost, not quite. Dogmar, we did give the shout out.
Boner James had the perfect game, by the way. 007.
Yes. Yep.
If you want some time to think about game, let's go your series MVP then.
I mean, series, I will give it to Boner Jam. The Game 2 MVP. Definitely got a critical hook there at the end onto Rich Kid, who was scaling, was going to be the giant threat.
All right.
I still don't know in the game. I'll give it to Jabronis
Okay.
for game, but series I'll give it to the support. We'll love our supports.
All right.